What's up, everybody? Lost in the 90s back with another music reaction. I'm excited today because I get to react to one of my favorite bands ever. And you can't think 90s, at least for me, you can't think 90s without thinking grunge. It's what I really loved about the late 80s, early 90s was the emergence of grunge. And two bands got me into grunge. I know I've told you guys many times Soundgarden is my favorite grunge band, but two bands got me into it. Uh, Judge me if you want, but Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots. And they were the shit to me for the first year of my grunge experience before I really got introduced to Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Um, so going to Pearl Jam today. I'm excited about Pearl Jam because Pearl Jam, STP were the first ones I listened to, first ones where I fell in love with the music, and and I decided to go with my introduction into Pearl Jam to you guys with Alive, and because I think it epitomizes Pearl Jam, and I don't know. I still love Pearl Jam, but I told you guys in a video before. I feel like Pearl Jam left me. I don't know. I'd love to hear if anybody else thinks about like I do on that. I feel like they left me, man. Their first two albums, amazing. Vitology, I think, was their third album. It was good, but the music was starting to change, and then they went, in my opinion, full blown like folk music. And I understand they grow, they change as artists, but man, it seems like they just totally got away from what made them Pearl Jam. And this last album, Dark Matter, yeah, it was kind of a flashback. It was a little harder, a little more like the old stuff. But uh, I picked this song because I'm a big fan, like I told you guys, not just the lead singer, which Eddie Vedder is one of a kind, but the band itself. How the band meshes, the bass, the lead guitar, the rhythm guitar, all the other aspects of the band, how it all synchronizes, how they play together as a band. And Pearl Jam is one of the best. And I really want to give props to Mike McCready, like he cares what I think. But look, you think of iconic guitar players, you think of iconic solos. Like I just watched a reaction on Hotel California and the Eagles. I mean, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses. You hear these iconic guitar players and guitar solos, and they are iconic. But Mike McCready needs to be right up there in the conversation with these guys. And I think Alive. I love Hotel California. I love the guitar solo, but the long solo at the end of Alive, I put it right up there with any of those. I'd love to hear anybody else thinks like I do that McCready doesn't get his props that he deserves, specifically in this song. So, hey, let's jump into it. Hey, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, ring the bell. Give me some ideas. I'm going to maybe do a little STP after this on the next reaction and then jump into some newer stuff. I say newer, like I told you, they've been around a while, but I really want to touch on Greta Van Fleet. And I really want to touch on Blackstone Cherry and a couple of the newer bands that are out there. But anyway, let's jump into Pearl Jam Alive. And amazing song, amazing band, amazing video. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Let me know what you think in the comments, especially about McCready. I don't think he gets the props he deserves. Let me get it going. Let's do it. always loved Eddie Vedder's stage presence, his enunciation, facial gestures. Uh, Nobody's ever been like him. Never, nobody ever will be. He's one of a kind, and his voice. There's some singers that are just iconic, and their voice can be picked out of a lineup anytime. Eddie Vedder's definitely one of them.
Across a young man's room, she said, I'm ready for you. Why, I can't remember anything to this very day, except the love, oh, you know it. Now I can see, I just stay, I'm still alive, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Is something wrong, she said. Of course there is. You're still alive, she said. Or do I deserve to be? Is that the question?
So, interrupt before we get close to the solo. This song came out. I think I was a senior in high school, going into a freshman in college in East Texas here, and they had some connections. I believe their original drummer had some connections to East Texas, and so in their heyday, in the when they were just hitting it big, they came and played a concert in Nacogdoches, Texas, where I was going to school at Stephen F. Austin State University, and I'm gonna tell off of myself. So I was dating a girl at the time. I can't even remember her name, but I had bought tickets for her and I to go see this concert, and it's back in it's like 90, 91. I think it was 1990, and tickets were like $35, $40 a piece, which is a lot then. It's like $100 or more tickets now, and so the girl lived about 45 minutes from the university. I was going to pick her up, and so it was getting about time for me to leave, and my roommate came in a panic. We were staying in the dorms, and he was like, "Dude, did you know that concert's sold out?" I was like, "Well, yeah, no shit, man. It's sold out. It's Pearl Jam in Nacogdoches in a 15,000 seat arena. Yeah, it's sold out." And he's like, "I told my girl that we were going to the concert, and I thought I could buy them at the gate." And I was like, "Man, you dumbass." And he was like, "Dude, I'll give you $100 a piece for the tickets." And mind you, I'm supposed to be leaving to go pick this chick up. And, I did what any good 18-year-old college freshman would do, and I took the money. And then I called a buddy that I knew that worked. He played football, and he was working security, and he got me in the gate with the security shirt on. And so I got to stand right up by the stage, and it was a great concert. But what I remember the most is there was a band called, I believe, Seaweed that opened for them, and they were really good. I need to look them up, see if I can find any of their songs. But the drummer for Pearl Jam at the time, which wasn't their drummer for much longer, I don't know what happened to him. He got really hammered, or he was on the influence of some other stuff, but he passed out. and the Seaweed drummer had to fill in for him and play the set with Pearl Jam, which had to be the highlight of that guy's career. But I'll never forget that. A Pearl Jam drummer couldn't come on stage, and they had to, the opening band drummer had to fill in. And I made $200. I still got to go to the concert, and I stood the girl up. So that was the end of our dating career. But it is what it is. I have no regrets now. So let's go. Just getting warmed up. Man, that song gets me pumped up. Check out the original studio recording from the album, and the guitar solo is longer. I mean that was great, but the original recording from the album, the guitar solo is even longer, a little more prominent. I really should have. I wanted to play the official video, but I really should have. I really would have liked it if we would have had the recording from the album. But man, Mike McCready, the whole band, man, great band, great. Man, I wish they would have put this. I mean, I'm not knocking Pearl Jam. I understand, but man, I wish they had this energy every album. I mean, there's very few bands that can do that or that do that. You know, I feel like STP kind of went away from themselves. I feel like Alice in Chains would have just stayed if Lane Staley hadn't have passed away. But it's great seeing Linkin Park come back to that Hybrid Theory, Meteora type sound. Like, do your thing, but eventually at least 2 or 3 songs off each album at least be what made us love you, and then experiment with your stuff or do a solo album like Chris Cornell. Do some solo albums, do some stuff, you know, different. But man, give us what made us love you on every album. That's all I ask. I mean, I'll listen to anything you put out, Pearl Jam, but man, give us Pearl Jam, at least a glimpse of it on every album. But thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me some recommendations on some newer bands I should check out, or some of the older stuff. I want to get into some late 70s, early 80s stuff. I want to get into a little more of the rap from the 90s and late 80s, and rock all the way up to about 2000. So we got a lot to cover. But anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. Everybody be safe. Have a great weekend coming up. Later.